Hello, everyone. I brought with me on this Facebook Live today a cup of green tea. Doesn't look green, does it? It is green. Swear to God. I am Coach Mo, career coach, soul lifter, life changing career coach, kick ass coach, all of those things. Coach Mo, I had a executive successful career after I learned a few of the fundamental things I take my clients through. And as an executive, I learned that the only way to actually move past the things that were blocking me is to go deep enough into my soul. And that's how I do things differently with my clients. And I did it for my own career. When I got to another depth, another level, another layer inside of me, about the things that were holding me back, the internal dialogue, the same old burnout messages. I decided that my soul was the place to go to solve all of that. And I want to help you understand that today as we talk about new year, same old burnout. All of my clients have had some form of burnout, whether that was an internal burnout or external or both. As a matter of fact, several of the clients I talk about and have their interviews and we celebrate their successes have been women who have come through a massive amount of burnt out. You know, what happens to the nervous system when we are burnt out is that we have this ongoing dialogue that repeats itself. And if you're a client of mine, feel free to comment below and let me know that you're here. And hello to Patricia. So, your burnout level is in direct measure to the messages that you're telling yourself that are not empowering. But here's the thing, your nervous system is built this way. So it's not your fault. Darn nervous system, why does it have to be built that way? I'll tell you why in a few minutes. Your nervous system is built to protect you from hurting yourself. I know. So, like if the stove is too hot, you touch it, the nervous system jerks your hand back, and you're like, ooh, too hot. If you go outside and you live up north right now and you don't have the proper coat on, you'd be like, too cold. Your nervous system, your brain, and the nerves that come off of your brain are built primarily to function as a protective mechanism for you. The problem is they are built to do 30 to 60 second messages to you about what's wrong. What happens in this advanced 21st century world that we live into, your nervous system is not built for 24/7 nervous system responses. It's not built that way. So what happens is the adrenal glands get fatigued, the body gets fatigued, you age faster, you don't sleep well. All of these, you don't digest your food well, you have high blood pressure, you have migraines, stress, other stress diseases that come out. This is what happens under chronic stress. Burnout basically means chronic stress of your job. That's what it means. It means that you have had such replicatable bad stuff going on internal to your brain and external, so you don't see the things that you want to see in your external world and you're reacting as if you're under attack. This is what happens. This is the nervous system doing its work. Now, again, it's not your fault that the nervous system is built this way. It's built this way for everyone. But here's the thing. If you don't change the way your nervous system is getting inputs, you're not going to change your life. So as a career coach, helping my clients solve their career puzzle, we can't miss this integral part of who you are. The internal dialogue, the internal self has to be worked on, has to be lifted up, has to be told a different story about who she is. If we don't solve for that, you're going to keep replicating the same old messages and having the same old truths come out, and you're going to be like, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. How come I never get the promotions? How come I never get the bonuses? How come how come they never listen to me? How come I never this? How come they never do this? When we are in that mode, we are in victim mode. Victim mode is not a success strategy. Just want to make sure we're on the same page with that. Victim mode is your nervous system protecting you from the negative feedback that it's getting. And some of the negative feedback that your nervous system is getting is coming from you. And so it's really, really important to change the inner dialogue and remember who you truly are, that you are a powerful, talented, creative woman. Now, you may not feel that way. You may have been bitching up a storm for X number of years, decades, and you don't even know who you are at that level anymore. You're not even sure if you do have talents anymore because the external world has been pushing against you in a way that does not feel like you're getting recognized for who you are and what you know. Perhaps you've recently been laid off, or maybe you quit or got fired, and you have no idea what's really going on with that. Some of our clients who recently joined our workshop, that's their situation. And so here's the thing, that assault or injury, that traumatic event is trying to get your attention. Pay attention. Please don't look at a negative event in your life as just a negative event. Please look at it as an opportunity for you to grow. Please look at it as an opportunity for you to get more fine-tuned as to who you are and what you want in the world. If you don't have a strong GPS for what you want in the world is going to be willy and nilly, and you're going to be at someone else's desires. You're going to be at their whim. If you don't have a strong desire for who you are and what you want in the world, someone else or someone else's, plural, are going to be directing your life and your career. And I know, unfortunately, so many women who we work with have had this same thing in personal relationships as well. So when you're not strong on who you are, when you're not strong on what you're all about, you're going to have someone else's idea of what's right for you win the day. I just spoke with a beautiful woman today on a complimentary career clarity call. By the way, that's mofall.com/live clarity. Click down below, get on a clarity call. Let's sort it out. Let's see if we can help you. If we can help you, we'll talk about our workshop and the program I do and how we get our results for our clients. If not, okay, we'll get you some clarity and next steps. If it's the same old message that's going over and over again, what happens is you decrease your vibrational truth of who you are, and now you become a magnet for less than. If you're telling yourself negative stories about yourself and your career and your life and your future, if all of the inputs are negative, you're not only going to be trashing your nervous system, unbeknownst to you, you're also going to be in a lower vibrational truth. And when you're at a lower vibrational truth, you're going to get some negative messages. I'm just saying, this is the way it's put together. Again, the entire reason it's put together this way is to get your attention to do something different, which means growth. Not just to do something different, but to grow as a human being. If you grow as a human being, you will have a better career. Plain and simple, I've said my piece. That is the exact formula that we use for all of our clients' successes. Whether it be Samika or Nadia or Angela or Anna or Kim, or I could keep naming off the names, and their lives and careers flash in front of me. Laura and Patty, Patricia. When you grow as a human being, you will lift your career up. No matter what you do. Now, we only help professional women. So if you're in a non-professional career, this is still true. It's just that we don't work with non-professional women. We work with women who have professional experience, expertise, and education. That being said, this truth is the same no matter who you are and what you do. When you grow as a human, you will advance your career. When you grow as a human, you will advance your entire life. Because when you're a higher version of yourself, when you have decided to expand into more of the glory of who you are in the world, when you have taken on the responsibility of growing, you're now leaving burnout and you're going into growth. Burnout is I'm spinning my wheels in the same direction and nothing's happening. Again, it's a victim state. You got to drink tea at the right temperature. So good. So let me summarize burnout for you because I think I've made a really, really tight case for how simple it is. Number one, your nervous system is receiving inputs where it feels it has to react in a stress pattern. Number two, you're telling yourself negative beliefs that keep circulating around and you're making things wrong. You're making yourself wrong and you're making them wrong. I never, I can't, I don't, they won't, they haven't, etc. You're making yourself wrong, you're making them wrong, you're not taking responsibility, and you're in victim mode. Burnout means you're playing victim. Now, your ego doesn't like to hear that. I am so sorry about that, ego, but here's the truth. Burnout is a message that you must grow. It is a strong message, but here's the other thing about your lovely nervous system. It adapts. It adapts. It adapts. Well, this isn't so bad. Well, I know friends who have worse situations. Well, at least I can take my son to the dentist office when I want to. Like there's no other job that you could do that with. I know. So the adaptive mechanism, they're called defense mechanisms in psychology, allow you to stay in a situation that is not good and not right for you because you're not taking the lesson. You're adapting to the negative. I really want to encourage you, no matter if we work together or not, to not adapt into a negative situation, but be like touching a hot stove and go, oh my God, this situation sucks. It sucks so bad. I must do something about it. That's what pain is supposed to be doing for us. It's supposed to be alerting us that there is something wrong. But you see, burnout is a classic adaptation syndrome. Not enough pain to really jerk our arm away, but it's enough that it sucks. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Everything's worse than this. It's so complicated out there. I haven't had to look for a job ever in my career, so I don't know what to do. So you have all of these confounding messages that are all doing one thing, convincing you to stay in your burnout. Your nervous system is an adaptive mechanism. But the truth is that any and all pain is for us to learn and grow. Repeat after me. I may be in pain, but it's telling me to grow. I may be in pain, but it's telling me to grow. I may not have the life and career I want, but it's telling me I must grow. That is your message for today. That is your message for the week. Take this into the new year, the new you. And you know what? I'm going to rant a little bit for a second. 1 second. More tea at the right temperature. Love it. I'm going to rant for a second. There's so many people out there who are talking about how resolutions and goal setting are BS. I'm going to tell you what, they are BS. They're just jumping on a popular bandwagon of being like against things that normal people think are true and right. And here's the thing. It's stoking your fears. Here's what's true. Your ability to resolve in your heart what you want for this next new year, your ability to stay on track is not easy for your nervous system. It's not easy to stay on track with what you desire when your nervous system is getting assaulted every day because of burnout. You don't even have any energy for your dreams. You're like, I don't have anything more, so I can't. Then you throw up your arms and you give up. So here's the thing. You've got to understand that every time there's a new chapter available, end of the year, beginning of the year, It's a great time to do this, to reevaluate. If there's a beginning of a week, reevaluate. The beginning of a month, reevaluate. I do this every single quarter, every single month, every single beginning of the week. Frankly, I do it every single day. I reevaluate what is today all about for me and where I'm going. When it's attached to a goal, when it's attached to a bigger version of you, when it's attached to something that's going to make you excited, you're going to keep going. Amanda, maybe you do have a whole lot of dang growth to do, and that's okay. Let's get at it. One of the things that is really important about our human experience and our human life is to know that we are always capable of more than your ego and intellect can really wrap their heads around. I'm assuming you're not a narcissistic jerk. If you're a narcissistic jerk, your ego and intellect are way overblown to what you actually could or should be doing. I'll leave that for another Facebook Live session or not. When you are living in burnout, you are convincing yourself over and over again that this is it. When you are taking the lesson, when you are extending for growth, because you're like, oh, this isn't good. I need to grow. Oh, this doesn't feel good. Oh, this isn't enough. I'm not going to put up with this boss anymore. Then you're setting yourself on a path of growth. That's where real change happens. That's where commitments to goals and resolutions and things that you really want to desire in life, that's the juice of them. I'm wanting more, and this is why. That's all. That's what you need. So many human beings, when their nervous system is all in overload and they're in burnout, they can't get to that, which is why we start with the very first wonderful thing about you in our workshop, and that is your soul. That's why we go there. So when you're dealing with burnout, your soul is deadened. Your soul is turned off because it has been beaten back. And that doesn't feel good. Now we have a non-feel-good situation. Our nervous system is like on high alert. Boom, boom, boom. And you're thinking to yourself, well, this is just life. And then you hear yourself complaining to your friends, your family, your partner, whomever else. And you're like, oh, this, I don't even like talking about, I don't even like hearing myself talk about this. And the internal dialogue just keeps spiraling down. This is something that has to be taken care of in order for you to live a life that is worthy of who you are as a human being. Why you were born and put on this planet Earth is for something grand for you. It doesn't mean you're going to reinvent the internet. Something grand for you means that it's going to be in alignment with your natural gifts and talents and your soul's desires. And I don't know what that is until I coach you. And then we both know what it is. And then we can get you on the path toward making that happen. Isn't that fun? Doesn't that sound awesome? I love that idea for you. I really do. Because every human being on this planet is built for something greater than they're probably doing today. We've talked to over 10,000 women in the years that I've been doing this work. All of them felt unexpressed. All of them felt there's something more for me and I just can't get at it. Like I'm in a dark room looking for the light switch and I just don't know where it's at. Well, that light switch is your soul. And so many human beings are on strategy. And if you don't light your soul back up, you're not going to counterbalance that nervous system that's on hyper alert. Your soul is the only true antidote to that. And then I hear people say, oh, I just have anxiety. Oh, I have ADHD. Oh, I can't sleep at night. Oh, I have this. Oh, I have that. Soul, soul, soul is what I have to say to that. Soul, soul, soul. When we get the soul lifted back up, you will notice a huge difference in how you feel on the inside. You will notice that you are clearing the cobwebs of perhaps decades of BS that you've been telling yourself because other people's ideas of who you are, what you should be doing, seem to be more right than yours. So you believed in it, but it was against your soul. And so it created corrosion. So here's the thing. Your ability to bring your soul back to life is the thing. to counteract burnout. It is the thing to counteract resolutions don't work, goal setting is bullshit. No. When your soul isn't on fire, when your soul is not lit up, everything doesn't work. Okay? So you'd be like, oh, nothing works. Wow, what a horrible life I lead. This is sucky. Yes, that's how it is without your soul. It looks like one big suck, and then burnout, and then your partner's not enough, and then your kids are stupid, and then your car breaks down, and then, there's a long line at the grocery store. When you are in burnout, you are reflecting out to a world that doesn't feel good or look good, no matter what lens, because the lens of burnout is always going to show you where you're at. Did you pick that up as I put that down? Your life ends up being a reflection of your internal scenario, which is why if you don't lift your soul back up into its brilliance, into its brightness, your life will never be more brilliant and more bright. And I'm going to say this, your soul's light will help you make it easier for you to have a greater contribution in the world of your work, your natural skills, talents, what you've been educated and experienced to do gets so much lift out of your soul's beautiful energy. And by that very nature, I know I can help you find a better job when we get your resume and your LinkedIn and your interview coaching all geared up with the power of your soul. And without it, you're just another number applying for a job, talking about your past experience. And it is that soul's power that not only overcomes burnout, but it also directs you more specifically to the exact work that you're meant to do. Even if you're an accountant, an engineer, IT, a physician, an attorney, a nurse, marketing, sales, product management, project management, no matter what you do in your profession, it gets better, easier, and a higher level by bringing your soul back to life. If you let burnout win, then you let burnout win, and you're not going to have the career or the life that you want. Construction laborer, bring your soul back to work, bring your soul back to life, and your work will get easier. Maybe a construction laborer turns into be a shift supervisor. I don't know. Whatever the next best for you is, it's always more available when your soul is more lit up. And it is less available when your soul is beaten down. Plain and simply, that's the equation. So if you have burnout, if you're not where you want to be in your career, you need to be like Nadia and Samika and Debbie and Amy and Lisa and Jennifer, where they were able to drill down into their soul, not drill literally like a dentist. No, dive in, peruse, enjoy, and see how their soul was so awesome. And then bring that into their role as HR, IT, insurance executive, did I say HR? I'm trying to think of all these gals, medical sales. I could just keep going on with all the ladies' names I'm thinking right now. If you take an example of any of my clients who have brought their soul back to life and landed a dream job, you will see that is the main component. They brought their soul back to life and they wove it in with our strategy on who they are in the work world. And we collectively came up with a better strategy for them, a higher level, a more enticing resume, a more energized LinkedIn, better interview techniques, and it all makes your journey easier. Your soul's power makes everything easier. Everything. So vow for yourself this week, okay? If you're not where you want to be, take action on it. If that action is booking a complimentary career clarity call, mofall.com/live-clarity, then that's your action. And we'd be happy to take a look at what's going on, take a look at where you want to go. And if we can help you, we'll talk about what we do in our specific program and our proven method. If it's not the case and there's something else that you need to do, we will point you in that direction as well. It is no problem. If you're a professional woman with education, expertise, and experience, and you are burned out and not happy with where you are, there is something to be done about it. Please do not let yourself go. One more day, one more week, one more month, one more quarter, one more year, feeling like, well, things will just change on their own. They will change, but not in your best, highest good unless your soul is lit on fire. That is the biggest truth for you this week. Get your soul lit up. Take the time to focus on who you truly are and what you truly want in this world, and be the responsible agent of your soul that you were born to be. Take everything that is not working well in your life right now as a message for growth, because that is what it is. That is how our Creator put this together. When we are feeling negative feelings, it is for us to do something about, not just to complain. You can complain for a second or two, but then take action to fix it. But it's everyone else, Mo. But I can't. But I don't know what's next. Well, then book a complimentary career clarity call. mofall.com/live clarity will help you sort that out. No excuses. Burnout is something you can fix. It is something that is trying to tell you to pay attention at a deeper level to who you are. And burnout is a nervous system that has gone awry because you have not gotten in front of it. Get in the driver's seat of your nervous system and you will be able to manage burnout. Get in the driver's seat of your soul and you will absolutely eradicate burnout. That's how sure I am of the power of your soul. And you may not know how to bring that back to life, but I am telling you this. I have done it for thousands of women. I've done it for myself, and we can do it for you. You just have to be ready to take responsibility and take action. Boom! That's how it works. All right, those of you who are burnout, bring your soul back to life. And if you haven't seen my webinar, mofall.com/masterclass will tell you the 5 shifts that we take our clients through, so you'll know exactly what those steps are. If you have already seen all of that and you haven't booked a call, or maybe you booked a call and didn't show up last year, what were you thinking? Dive in and let's get it going. I am here for it. Amanda, I love those words. And wow, can't wait to help you take it to the next level. We are all in on this, and totally just going to share some of the comments from today. And absolutely, indeed. All right, Jen, got you making your tea. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Have a great, wonderful rest of your week. Take responsibility for your burnout. Take action and know that your soul is the answer. This is Coach Mo Fall, mofall.com/live clarity for you to book your complimentary career clarity call. And everywhere on social media, Coach Mo, mofall.com, and dive into your soul's truth. Avoid the ravishes of more burnout. And let's make this the best end to a year and the best beginning of a new one. We'll see you next time. Coach Mo here, mofall.com/live clarity. Let's get your soul lit back up. See you next time.